Hello, welcome back. So, back on the case of Big Nige and his fucking army of armchair generals. Now, I watched the video that Paz put out, I don't know if it was last week or over the weekend, saying that how Nigel farage is nowhere to be seen over Lawrence Fox, the Padre with the afro, and Dan Wooten getting suspended. Now, he's nowhere to be seen on it. He's made no comment or anything. Yeah, when the black woman who was all fit remain during Brexit and that, Gina something or other, I can't remember her surname, he was the first one to put a tweet out there saying, when she had a bank account cancelled, saying that, oh, it's unfair, it's this, it's that, it's whatever, I support you and all this. Right, so you put it out there for someone who's politically opposes him. Yeah, when it comes to people that are on the same side or the same way of thinking as him, there's nowhere to be seen. Like when Katie Hopkins got cancelled, nothing was said about that. Like when Tommy Robinson was cancelled, nothing was said about that. Now, I don't care what your views are on Tommy Robinson or anything. You've got your opinion, I've got mine, and we'll leave it at that. Because that could be a video wall in itself. He was nowhere when that happened. When Mark Stein was gotten rid of, nowhere. And now it's these three, nowhere again. Although it has coincided with him having a week off on holiday. Or did he know something that none of us did? Don't know. Because every time something like this happens, Nigel farage is nowhere to be seen. Now, Nigel farage could come out and make a comment about it and not fear the risk of being suspended or sacked or anything. Because Nigel farage, other than Neil Oliver, is GB News' biggest asset. And GB News knows that Nigel farage is probably the biggest asset. So they're not going to get rid of it. Because it'll be a case of UKIP all over again. If Nigel farage gets binned out at GB News, it'll collapse and it'll be gone. But even then, you still get all these people coming on when they know all the shit and it's pointed out to them. They'll still go on there and go in his Talking Pints bar or whatever it is that he does, and they'll all be there fucking blowing smoke up his arse. It's like, really? And these are the people that think they could do a better job of running the country than the fuckwits who've got doing it now. The people that have been bred and educated to a certain level to run the country, well, they're doing a very good job of it. Get these armchair generals that are benefits for life because they're too lazy to get off a fat fucking arse and go get a job and put an hard day's graft in. They could do a better job. Well, fucking go for it, dickhead. The thing is that these people that think they can do a better job, you drop them in that situation and they go to shit. I've seen it loads of times where someone's been like, oh, you need to do this, you need to do that. And I'm like, oh, well, you fucking lead from the front, man. Oh, no, I don't want the responsibility. It's like, fuck off, dickhead. You should get it in the army all the time. You get some fucking little jumped up prick saying, oh, you need to do this, you need to do that. It's like, well, well then, you know what you're doing, you lead from the front. Oh no, it's just a suggestion. No, fuck off then. Can I be back in charge for a while? No, thank you very fucking much. You got all the fucking answers, you fucking do this job, lad. I don't need to be here. I'll go sit back at home with my feet up. No, I don't want responsibility. Right, well, know your place and shut the fuck up then. It's that simple. But they don't. You see, they say, you see it with football as well. Everyone's a fucking armchair manager. Oh, he hasn't got a clue what he's fucking doing. He can't run a football team. You need to do this, you need to do that. Well, why haven't you got the fucking job then if you know so much? That's it, just shut up straight away. Everyone's a fucking critic. And your prime example of seeing these people think they can do a job but can't do a job is the people that do the CPC courses for HGV driving. these are usually done by people that don't hold an HGV licence, have no relevant experience in the industry pretty much at all. They're probably the closest they've got to being in the transport industry is being a secretary for someone that owns a transport company. That's it. They can't drive one, they've got no experience of being around one, yet they'll sit in front of a classroom of a bunch of truck drivers that have probably got 500 years experience between them, and they'll stand in front of you and project out that they don't hold a HGV licence, they've got no experience, but the book that tells them how to tell them to do your job says that you're doing your job wrong. Right, okay. And they'll take you out on the driving assessment. Oh, but you should be here, you should be here. Yeah, but if I sit there with my fucking truck, dickhead, I'm going to wipe out that fucking lamppost. That's why I need to be in the other fucking lane. They're thick as fuck. And it's the same in any fucking industry you go into. You'll always come across a bunch of fucking arseholes that think they can do your job better and have never fucking done it. But Nigel Farage is just a cunt. And he knows he's a cunt. But he knows he's also in a position where he's not going to get fucked off for being a cunt. Because he's the biggest asset we've got. Without Nigel Farage, GB News sinks. But it's still coming across like he's not. And his GB News is supposed to be the beacon of free speech and that. Why is it that Tommy Robinson is banned from even having his name mentioned on there? Let alone not being allowed to go on there and put his view across. There's probably other people that are banned, but Tommy Robinson is the biggest one that shouted it that he's banned from GB News, the home of free speech. I call bullshit. Yeah, this is a bloke that, and Nigel Farage is a bloke that takes credit for other people's hard work. Like the migrant crossings in the channel. I was the first one to bring it to your attention. No, you weren't. There was a lot of people doing it a long time before you ever knew about it. You're just the one that had the financial backing to project it out there to the mainstream media, to the masses, more than the other little YouTube channels that were doing it. And there's other things I can't think off the top of my head that you're taking credit for that had nothing to do with you. Like this whole cancelling thing. You were the first one to be cancelled. No, you weren't. There was lots of you, lots of people before you that did it. But they didn't make any fucking fuss about it. But you didn't mention anything about them, did you? No, because it wasn't about you. You're only interested when it's about you. Oh, woe is me. Well, fuck you, you're a cunt. How many times have people backed you and you've let them down at the last minute when they really fucking needed you? Like, when Brexit was successful, you turned and ran. I've done my job. No, your job had just started. Your job was to get us out of the EU. You didn't do that. You got us a vote to leave the EU. When it was time to leave the EU, you were nowhere to be seen. You were too busy living it up, doing LBC and GB News. Oh, tell a lie. You started the Brexit Party. It now changed to Reform. And when that got a bit of traction and started going places, you jack that in, you turn that on its head. Because people were getting behind you. Every time you get somewhere and you've got a real good chance of doing something, you turn and run. Now personally, if it was left to me, I think you should be shot for cowardice. Or is it more of a case of you know what the job entails and you are up to it? Anyway, I've got that rant off my chest. I'll leave it at that because otherwise I'll start repeating myself. I think I've repeated myself in this already. So I'll catch you another day, another way. There might be another video later, there might be not, but I'm sure.